Hey guys, so today we'll be talking about some special effects for Halloween and some spooky sort of ideas. I do all sorts of special effects around this time of year. One of the things I really love to do is bruising and also kind of road rash, some lacerations, things like that, which are really fun to do for any sort of gore or Halloween type makeup. And so this is just going to be not necessarily a full completed character look, but it will be something that you can apply to your character. So for instance, if you wanted to do like a Disney princess who had been, beat up or slaughtered or something, this would be a fun look that you can add to that character. You can kind of make it a little more garish and Halloweenish. I'm going to take a few of my products here for this. The first thing I'm going to use is my Ben Nye Cream Contour Palette. And I'm also going to just use my e.l.f. High Definition Translucent Powder to set this. It's really important to set your cream with powder. I'm also going to use this Maron Stage Blood. I've had this for a while. It's great. It's non-toxic. It's actually edible. It says it just gives realistic effects. It's just got basically corn syrup and red dye, that sort of thing in it. So I'm going to use that as well. A couple of things I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of look like I got banged up pretty bad. I'm going to have a bruise on one eye, a lip laceration, and a cut going down the side of this eye here and over the brow bone. So let's get started. I'm also taking my kind of stipple square. It usually comes in a Ben Nye Special Effects kit, but you can really get this anywhere. I mean, you can make this out of a sponge if you have a, sort of a like a kitchen sponge at home that hasn't been used yet. Take it out of the package, cut it up into this little square. It works just as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cleanse my skin with some witch hazel. It acts as a toner. It kind of just evens out skin tone and all of that. I really haven't done this in a while. I'm really excited because this time of year I get really excited to do some cool stuff. I'm taking a basic nail file as well, and this is what I'm going to use to sort of drag that that laceration, the color and the blood across my face. First I'm going to start with my bruising. The first thing that you'll notice about a bruise, especially when it's fresh, is it's a really dark purple color. As it heals, you'll see some green start to happen, and then you'll see a little bit of yellow just on the outside, like kind of a brownish yellow almost. But towards the center, it gets really dark. You may have even some like deep purple and blue colors there, and some brighter red towards the eye, especially if it's around the eye area. But any bruise in particular is going to have that kind of splotchy look. So you want to be sure and not over blend. And that's kind of contrary to what I usually say with beauty makeup, but with special effects makeup, you just don't want to blend it together to where it looks like one big color. You want to blend it kind of just right. So I'm going to start at the outside of my eye, and I'm using this reddish color, kind of mixing it with the pink on just the back of my hand. And I'm working that right underneath the lash line. Now what I'm going to do is apply some deep purple just to the outside of where I stopped with the red part. I'm kind of applying this in a stipple motion. This is just a kind of a cheap beauty brush by Sigma, excuse me. And I'm just sort of stippling that color on. I'm also taking this up into the brow bone and the eyebrow. And remember, with beauty makeup and special effects, you always want to start lighter and get darker. You can always apply more. It's a lot harder to remove and take off if you've applied too much. And I'm keeping that splotchy effect going by leaving some gaps for skin tone to sort of shine through. Usually when you get a shiner in your eye, you have some dark circles underneath the inner corner of your eye. So I'm happy with the purple. I'm going to add some blues now. Now I'm going to add some green. Also, I'm shooting this today with my Canon PowerShot. It's just a little camera, but it does a good job. It does a better job sometimes, I think, than the iPhone. I wanted to mention I'm using my Coastal Scents palette for the powder application. I'm just going to go back under the eye with my cream contour kit. I'm going to use this this flesh color. I'm just going to hit some highlights here. Now I'm just dipping my nail file into this red color. I'm mixing it with a little bit of the pink red and the brown. I'm just going to drag that across my face. So this is going to be an interesting video because I'm going to have to splice together my Canon PowerShot images that it captured. Now a new video on my phone because my camera died, and so I'll be charging that battery pack later today, and hopefully next video I'll be a little more prepared. So anyway, as you can see, my the cut is going down the right side of my face. I'm going to take that and try to do the top of my eye as well. So you can really see that going into down into the eye too. And what I'm going to do there is I'm going to go back and with my Sephora sort of precision angle brush, I'm going to go back. It's not really an angle brush, actually. It's more of like just a shadow brush that's a little thicker and denser. I'm going to take that flesh color in my cream contour kit, and I'm just going to go along beside it as closely as I can and just highlight that. And then I'm going to pull and drag that highlight straight down, being very careful not to cross that red line. And the reason for this is you don't want just a straight line. You want it to look like it's your skin. So I'm just going back over it and blending it out. But I'm doing it in this sort of pulling motion and just grabbing the highlight and pulling along that line. And do the other side. I did cross it just a little bit, but that's okay. Work that highlight out and blend it. I'm gonna go back over this with my brown flesh cream color, and I'm gonna blend it with that red. So take your red and your brown and just kind of blend that cream color together to get kind of a reddish, rusty kind of brown color, and go right in the middle there, just to add some depth. Now what I'm gonna do is powder to set, because I really don't want this coming off. And that's set really nicely. And now it's time for the blood. So what I'm gonna do is take my Maron Stage Blood. I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. Brow brush, the end of it. Ooh, that's a lot. Don't get too much. Let me see if I have anything else. Actually, I found something better that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use my pore extractor. It's metal. It'll probably wash off pretty easily. I'm gonna try to stay right in the middle of that line. Now I'm gonna move on to the lip laceration. So I'm gonna take that brown color, dip it in the pink and red, and just kind of blend that again. And I'm gonna go right down here. Taking that same blood that I had and I'm dragging it over it. Putting it right in the middle there. And you can also highlight this part. Now I'm going to take my stipple brush and I'm just going to dip it in that cream red color right here. I'm just going to stipple right on top. And this kind of gives the appearance of some broken capillaries. So this will be really good. I'm going to mix it actually with a little bit of brown too. I want it to look kind of dark. And I'm just going to go through and stipple that on. Give some road rash right there. Some scrapes. I'm going to take some of that flesh color too and just kind of drag it across so that it's a little less muddy looking. Add some highlight in there as well. And one thing I just remembered is I really want to get close to my eye with that deep purple. Kind of like that. And drag that in. And then carry that deeper purple out here. There's the finished look, guys. Happy haunting this Halloween. I hope you have some great success with your, you know, scars and bruises and lacerations. So if you're wanting to do everything from zombie to kind of adding some gore and garishness to your already made up look, you can add this as well. Or if you're working on a special effects movie and you need some tips for bruising or just for like a car crash or it being in a fist fight or something, this is really great to use as well. Subscribe, hit like, share with your friends, and have a really garish time this Halloween. Bye!